Hi, this is KAJUKENBO Live coming out of South Lake Tahoe, California. I'm Senior Grandmaster Jimenez from the Worldwide KAJUKENBO Federation. Today what I'm going to talk about is getting more students in your studio and getting your tuition up to like over $500K a year with this program that I use or did use when I had my studio. Um, Now keep in mind, you need to get a pen and paper and you need to write all this down. So while I'm talking, get the pen and paper. In the past, when I had my studio, I used to do all the advertisement like everybody else does. The phone book, the newspaper, the little coupon things in the mail. And what I found, let's say for example, I do a $500 ad. Okay, I spent 500 bucks. At that $500, maybe I might get one or two students out of the $500. Okay, so it kind of really does, kind of like washes out almost. But I don't get that volume. Okay, and what I did was I ran all the ads, and every ad I worked on, it would do the same thing. You'd only give us a few students, and never that like big lump sum at one time that you kind of need. Because you know how it is, you get one student sign up and then two will quit and da 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 da. Now the mistake I made, when I'm going to tell you from the beginning, is where I took karate with Senior Grandmaster Vargas and stuff. We never used, he never used contracts. It was first and last month, and you paid by the month, and that was it. So when I opened up my studio, I kind of went the same way, exact same thing, first and last month, no contracts. And I just found I couldn't get over that $50 student mark. I get so close, and then I lose some, gain some, lose some, gain some, and it always kind of stayed the same. So then I talked to one of my black belt friends, actually Eddie Solis, and he was telling me, "Oh, Tony, you're crazy. Because do contracts. I'm over 400 students, and da 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 da." And he showed me what to do. So what I did is I went into an inside contract. I did my own, and not the people I had before. I didn't put them in a contract, but anybody else came in the door, and I found that most people never even hesitated. They just signed up for the 12 months. And then later on, which most studios did, we went under EFC, Educational Funding Company, which collected the money, and they send you a check once a month. And of course, they get 10% of the money. But again, getting back to the advertisement part of it, I tried everything in the book to get that one thing. And this is what I started to do. And this guarantee will work if you follow exactly the way I'm going to tell you how to do this. I know you guys think, okay, yeah, I've heard that before. Okay, get rid of, you don't have to have none of the ads. You don't have to have the big ad in the phone book that says, whatever, so karate. You don't need that. Put just a little one-liner, whatever your studio name is, Jimenez Martial Arts or Jimenez KAJUKENBO, da da da. Whatever studio you call yourself, you just put the one-liner in there so it don't cost you anything. What I did, I got the lead boxes. Now, I know a lot of you heard about the lead boxes, but if you don't know how to work them, they're useless. And all it is a 6x6 or 8x8, I can't remember, gift box, white. And what I used to do, and now it's even easier because with all the printers and stuff like that, because back then we didn't have all this fancy stuff that we have now. I would go down to the Photoshop and I would get copies of like other students and stuff like that, and I put them on all three sides of the box. And then at the top I would have a little paper they fill out with their name and their phone number and stuff, and I have a back. Okay, and the back would say, Jimenez KAJUKENBO Studio. Sign up to win a chance to win six month free lessons, and everybody that signs up gets a week free lessons. Remember the key, week free lessons. And the box actually average probably, if you do it right, it probably costs you about maybe $6, $7 to make the box, if that. But now, like I said, with the new printers I got now, you don't need to go to the Photoshop to get photos. You just go ahead and just print them off on your printer and cut them out, put them on there. And, and I had about, I'd buy a whole case of the boxes, and then during the day where you had nothing really to do, I'd sit behind my desk and, I'd put the pictures on there and I'd put the backs. So I always had about 40, 50, 60 boxes in the back room. Now, if you can get out as many boxes as you can, that's great. But you want to at least get 25 boxes out. Now, if you can get 50, that's even better. And this is how it works. And you have to follow this to the T. And if you follow this to the T, I guarantee it will work. Let's say you got 25 boxes out. Okay, out of those 25 boxes, in 1 week's time, now you have to go every week to collect your leads, and always put in your car, your truck, whatever, a whole stack of boxes, brand new ones. Because what I found is, a lot of places the kids would write like stupid stuff all over the pictures and scribble all over them, or just wreck the boxes. So you always wanted to get the box looking nice, because most stores, if they allowed you to put it in there, wanted the box to look nice. And so you always wanted it to look sharp, first class. And, you didn't want it to look tacky with, ketchup, mustard stains all over it, and people writing, stupid stuff on the pictures and stuff, and, the immature stuff. But anyway, getting back to the boxes. So you want to get at least 25 out. Out of the 25 boxes, you should be able to get about 200 leads a week. Now, keep in mind that 200 leads, you're not going to get 200 people to come in and sign up out of that thing. It's just not going to happen. Okay, but what you do is you break it down. This is exactly how it works, and I've done this for years and years and years and years. Me and Grandmaster Baca used to help me, and we used to always go out and do this. Out of the 200 leads, maybe 100, maybe 75 of those leads are good. A lot of them people write, stupid stuff all over them, and write wieners all over them and put them in there, and just immature stuff. So those you throw out, or they put fake names, whatever, and then the Bruce Lee name is kind of like ridiculous, every box. Okay. Out of those 200 leads, like I said, you'll get between 75 and 100 that are good. Now, in my case, I was lucky because I had 3 secretaries working for me and I had a whole staff. Okay, so, all during the day and at nighttime, they were calling leads for me. Now, out of those leads, I would probably get about 20 or 30 leads a week that would come in and sign up. Out of those 20 and 30 leads, every time I got 10, myself and Grandmaster Baca, we would sign up between 10 plus students a week. This is guaranteed every week. We sign that amount. Sometimes we even hit our 20 mark of just on the lead boxes. And this is not people coming in just signing up off the street, or they hear say they want to come in. This is just off your lead boxes. But I'm going to make it really easy for you. I'm going to break it down so the figures will work. So make sure you write this down. So out of those 7,500 leads we get, we'll probably get maybe 10 of them to sign up. Okay. Now you're thinking to yourself, well, that's 10 out of 75. That's not too good. It's actually really good, because you do this for all month long. Okay. So now at the end of the month, you got 40 new people that signed up. Now you got them under contract. Now I'm going to break this down with an easy amount, because I know back then when I was teaching fully, I was only charging $65 a month, and actually I was considered high. Nowadays the tuitions are really high, $100, $150, $180, $200 a month for lessons, if not more. So I'm going to break it down in an easy amount number. Let's say you charge $100 per student per month. Okay, and that one person signs up, you sign up for the contract. That's $1,200 a year you will make off that one student. Now remember, you're signing up 10 a week. So now you got 40 students you're signing up. That's an extra $4,000 a month that you're bringing into your studio. Now let's times that $4,000 into 12 months. Okay, that's $48,000 a year that those 40 students bring you to the studio. Now, let's do the math. If we sign up 40 students every month for a whole year, okay, that's 480 students you had signed up within 12 months. Now, you times that amount times 100, that $100 a month. Okay, so that's $48,000 for every month that you sign people up. That's $576,000 a month if they all pay that you brought into your studio just by doing this program. With no advertisement, it hardly costs you nothing. The only thing is, this is the key thing you have to do. You have to know how to sign people up. Now, I've been in studios and in the past that, even one of, my black belts, and someone come in, and if someone comes in and says, oh yeah, I'd like to take karate, or I wanted to talk about signing my children up, you don't want to hand them a brochure and go, here's a brochure, and walk off. First thing you want to do is you bring them in the office, you explain your program and everything, and then you sign them up. Now with the lead boxes, how we worked it was, like I said, myself and Grandmaster Bach, I had help with that because he was really good at signing people up. He was in one office, I was in one office. Those people that came in and tried for the class that week, we didn't hand them a brochure and go, okay, well, let's see you next week. No, after the class, we brought them right into the office. We sat down, explained them the program, what it costs, everything, and what they would get out of their money for signing up at our studio. There was no hidden scams. There was no later you pay this amount. It was just a one-time fee. This is what you pay. Done. 99.9% that student signed up that night with a 12-month contract for the studio. So keep in mind, you have to know how to sign people up. You cannot let them walk out of the door, because once they walk out of the door, probably 75% of the chance they're not going to come back. Okay, you bring them in the office, you talk to them, and you do this. You don't have to pull any more, like silly little games to bring money in and, or do promotions like a lot of studios do that the kids don't deserve it, but you want the testing fees. You don't need to do that. There's plenty enough money to make in a karate studio without having to scam somebody or cheat them or lie to them or put them on a black belt course, which is total bullshit usually, just to gain more money. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is follow exactly what I say on this program. You will cut yourself out of thousands of dollars a month of advertisement. You will see a big jump in your spite of students that you have signed up in your studio. So just follow the program. But the thing is, you have to do those things. You got to pick up the leads once a week. You got to have people call them. If you don't want to call them, you hire somebody to call them. Okay, you pay somebody a minimum wage, they sit behind the desk, or you get one of your students, a couple students after school come in and sit and call the leads. But you work the program. You work those leads. 5 days a week, 6 days a week. You work the calls. You get them to come in. You set the time for them to come in. And then after class, you get them in the office. You get them signed up. And if you, like I said, this is at $100 a month. You will average, if you do everything right and everybody pays, that's $576,000 a year. Now, like I said, most studios now are like $180, $200, $160. So that amount will grow. You know, in the past, I've seen EFC people in their books, different studios, bring in $150,000, $200,000 a month. So it can be done. So if you have a small studio, invest in the lead boxes. You know, it might cost you a couple $100 to get settled, you know, with all the boxes. And if you have any questions, you know, get a hold of me. I will call you. I'll walk you through it. You know, I don't charge anything. I charge nothing. But I'll tell you how to do it. And I've had people, different black belts, call me up because, you know, they've seen the programs I did this once before. And how do you do it? I explain it to them. Oh, okay, I'm going to do that, Grandmaster. They don't do it. Or they get lazy, or they just don't do it right. So if you're fine and happy with, you know, 50, 60 students, 20 students, 40 students in your studio, if that makes you happy, well, more power to you. But if you want to pack that studio and you want to make it so that way it's a good studio, plus it's bringing in a lot of money for yourself and your family, work this program. I guarantee it will work. You just have to have a little hard work, a little elbow grease, and once you get them out there, I'm going to tell you that this is the hardest thing, is to get the boxes out there. All the other stuff is easy. The signing the people up, the calling the leads, I mean, that's easy. The way we call up, oh, hi, this is Jimenez KAJUKENBO Studio. Is John Doe there? Oh, yes, he is. Here, hi, John. I go, this is you filled out one of our slips. When it's 6 months, but you got a free week coming, and we'd like to schedule you to come in and try the class for free. No obligation. It's completely free for a week. And then you just say, okay, when? Okay, how about Tuesday at 7:30? Just bring some loose clothing, and we'll see you then. Okay. And they put it in the girls, put it in a piece of paper, John Doe, Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Now Monday they'll call up and go, hey John, this is a reminder, make sure you're there Tuesday at 7:30. Okay, I'll see you there. See, that's how you do it. And after that you sign them up. But again, the hardest thing to do is to get the lead boxes out. Because a lot of businesses don't want the box on the counter, or they don't want the box in there, because they don't want the mess. They think it's going to be a mess. So that's the only problem. You got to keep, on and on and on. But once you get that set schedule of those 25 plus boxes out there, then all you got to do is maintain them. And that's exactly what we did. You maintain them. I mean, you can get 10 boxes out there. And if you get, 20 leads a box, there's your 200 leads. But I always want to get at least 25 boxes out there. If you can do more, great. And keep in mind, this will work 100%. So it's out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on this video and how to do this, you get a hold of me on this KAJUKENBO Live, or you can call my personal number. It's 530-545-9018, and I'll explain to you how it works, and I'll walk you through it, so that way you'll be able to be a successful business owner and bring a lot of students into your studio. Again, this is KAJUKENBO Live, coming out of South Lake Tahoe, California. I'm Senior Grandmaster Jimenez from the Worldwide KAJUKENBO Federation. I hope you have a blessed day.